So this is a mix of two major topics, both of which I want to keep somewhat brief. We're going to be talking about everything you need to know about the upcoming alpha update, what will and won't be in it as the devs have cleared up some things there, just general stuff that you will need to know prior to the alpha build, and of course we can't talk about it when we play it, so we'll do our speculation and talking right now before we get in. And also when the next livestream is going to be, what's going to happen now seeing as the last livestream was a little bit scuppered, but also some really big news that came out of Ben Irving for the next livestream, but also one in the future. I'll give you a hint, Stronghold on max difficulty. My name is Ryan Central and let's get straight into it. We have had a lot of new interest in the game and also on the channel for Anthem, seeing as the closed alpha is about to start, so if you are new here, do subscribe to the channel for more Anthem news and guides and stuff when the game actually comes out, and I can make sure that you keep up to date on the game. The biggest news that we need to go over is the closed alpha, and I believe they actually changed the time since the first video that we covered. Originally it was down as 11 AM to 2 PM and then 3 PM to 6 PM CST, so Central Time in the US. And this was both on Saturday the 8th of December and Sunday the 9th. We'll have actually moved it back to 9 AM to 1 PM and then 2 PM to 5 PM CST, so they've moved it back 2 hours. I'll show the different time zones on the screen so you can have a look and work it out for yourself. But yeah, they're the dates and the times, but the main thing that I wanted to go over is not to worry if your account still says that it's pending. Mine is too, and I think the main thing is that registration ends today, December the 3rd, so make sure that you get it in beforehand, and I would assume that we'll start seeing accounts being flagged for the alpha tomorrow or Wednesday. It does say in the update to leave it several days, so we still need to wait on that, so don't panic if you haven't gone in yet. I believe nobody has had confirmation just yet, so don't worry, chill out. As soon as I hear any confirmation, whether it's a yes or a no, I will let you know my own personal stuff, so keep an eye on the channel. One other pretty major thing that I wanted to go over is what isn't going to be in this alpha build. Ben Slavan asked Mark Darrett on Twitter, how extensive will the personalization be for the alpha tests? Will we be able to access all of the stuff we saw in the second to last stream? And Mark Darrett says, in this alpha we will have it disabled. We are trying to put specific pressure onto the game servers, the Forge doesn't do that. We know that Anthem has been tested on several alpha builds. Each stream that we've seen, the free roaming, the Arcanist mission, the customization, they were probably all on different alpha builds instead of all on the same one. But it has been confirmed that this alpha build that we will all hopefully be playing at the weekend won't have any form of personalization in, specifically how to customize the looks of your javelin, but that might also translate over to personalization of abilities or what you can run. What I would assume is that you could play all of the javelins, but each of them will have preset abilities that you cannot change. For example, with the Colossus you'll have the mortar, you'll have the railgun, but you won't be able to put like the flamethrower and stuff. It will just be more of a default setup that you can't change, which makes sense if they just want to test the servers. It doesn't matter what abilities you run, but who knows, that's just me speculating. You might be able to use all of the abilities in game, but considering that the personalization feature with how your javelin looks isn't available, I feel that that might also translate over to abilities, loot, setup and gear. Also on the list of stuff I wouldn't expect any raids obviously, but probably not any strongholds. In terms of things that I think we'll see, we'll be able to go into Fort Tarsus. We'll probably have those patrol missions that we saw in Paris but didn't get to see last week. That'll be in there. But also, with any luck, the free reign stuff and the public events that will be happening. So you'll be able to fly around the world of Anthem, be able to do those quests, roam around, have a look, see what's about, and also do the missions. All of the javelins will also be unlocked. You can play Colossus, Ranger, Storm and Interceptor, but as I've said time and time again, fit guys save lives, so do play the Colossus if you get the chance. Now that we've gone over what to expect in the alpha, but most importantly what not to expect, let's go over the next livestream. The livestream on Thursday wasn't too bad. The stream was pretty unwatchable, but if you go back and watch the VOD that's on Twitch, it's still pretty good with some of the information that comes out. Granted, we didn't get to see everything. We didn't get to see the Interceptor mission at all, so we might see that Interceptor mission next livestream, but also with some other stuff that is really good. There was one clip I wanted to include from Mike Gamble talking about what to see next, and I do think you're really gonna like this.
So next time we do this, we'll bring some other guests on as well. We're gonna showcase a couple missions, and Ben Irving has promised to talk about progression and some loot stuff at some point in the future. So hopefully we get to that then, if XSplit and the internet tubes holds up.
One of the big complaints that we saw is the community saying, we want to see loot and progression, but the devs aren't showing it on their live stream. It's not done, it's not ready, why are they ignoring us? And it seems that they're not ignoring people anymore. This is very much a promise to see this gameplay sometime soon, talking about loot and progression. This, for me, the loot progression side of Anthem, is the most important aspect of the game, so I can be patient and wait for this, because I know the developers really need to nail this if they want to make a good game here. So there's no surprise that they've put this off a little bit to make sure that it works and looks as good as possible, because first impressions are very important, and as I said, this is a big deal. So we're likely to see that soon. They probably will announce it tonight when it's going to be, who knows. But it won't be this Thursday, because that's when the Game Awards are on. There's going to be an Anthem trailer, so BioWare will be focusing on doing that, because they are also up for an award for Most Anticipated Game of 2019. So fingers crossed they win there. It seems likely that we'll see it next Thursday. That seems to be the most likely option, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. So that's Ben Irving effectively promising that we'll have a better look at loot and customization, and also missions and getting that gear and everything that goes on between. Fingers crossed at least, but this is where it gets really good. This came from BioWare Ben on the Anthem Discord. This isn't Ben Irving, as he says that he talked to the other Ben about doing a Stronghold stream this morning, where you're going to try and run the Tyrant Mine in max gear at max difficulty on stream in January. This isn't officially on the books yet, but wanted to start the Stronghold stream hype now. Figured it would be best to do it after we talk more about progression, then show you what it looks like as it relates to Strongholds at the end game gear levels. Thank you very much to Freelancer Codex that managed to find this, to put this on Reddit and Twitter, and also to iGame to highlight this one too, because this is a pretty big deal. I am very excited. This game is now starting to come out, we're starting to see more, and this time next week, some of us will have physically been able to play it. Just as confirmation, I don't know if I'll get in just yet, but I hope that you guys also get in too, and we can all play together and it'll be good fun. We'll talk a little bit more about that on Thursday or Friday, but that is everything that I wanted to go over. Some big details on what is going to be in the alpha. No doubt we'll hear more about that as the week goes on, but also some big news and stuff to look forward to. Even if you don't get into the alpha to test it, there's some big streams coming talking about loot progression, and also a Stronghold at max difficulty with the best gear available. That's going to be nuts. I can't wait to watch that. I hope you're excited about this game too. This is it. This is crunch time. The game is coming out soon. Anthem's going into labor. Let me know if you get into the alpha or not. I'll do the same for you guys, and take care. See you then.